Hey, people. This is gonna be some real national treasure shit here. Gonna blow your mind. I ain't never seen the movie, but from what I know and the pictures I see, it was on to something. So my last comment was, you believe the globe Earth? Unsubbed. To that I say, see you, flatty. I've been trying to wake up my sister and brother-in-law for several years, and they think they're finally awake. I've been trying to wake them up to the truth that the government and the Roman Catholic Church does not have their best interests at heart. And so they think they're awake now, and they fell into this flat earth theory too. They follow some of these flat earthers. I said before, that nobody's ever believed the earth was flat, but I was wrong there. And it's, no intelligent people ever believed the world was flat. But it was a secret. And it was called the worship of Baal. And so Julia Dama is from Emes in Syria, and a daughter of the high priest of Baal. It's called the high priest of Baal. And these are the ones that kept the secret of the Baal. And it was on many of these coins, was the secret of the ball. And it's usually Jupiter passing the ball down on the backside of the coins. This is called a ball and rudder. The ball and cock. It's where your old sailor's black flag comes from. The Jolly Roger. You can see the cock sitting on the earth. That's the symbol for earth. It's a circle with an X on it, and the sun is the head. A baby on the ball, passing the ball with the war arrow. So the people that are believing this flat earth theory, they also believe that Ezekiel saw a spaceship. And this is explained real well in the Hebrew Bible, exactly what this picture's about. But people are looking at it upside down. And it's not a spaceship over the forest. It's a war of 14 war arrows over the camera. This is called a camera. And so a camera is a chamber or a round building. And that's why all your senates, they all have a camera in their building. Denoting a council or legislative chamber in Italy or Spain. From Latin, vault, arch chamber. From the Greek, camera, an object with an arched cover. This is the word all through Ezekiel 1. When he's explaining the Ezekiel's wheels, and the words camera, K-M-R-A-E, camera, like the appearance. So I tell you that these poets, they use words in several different ways. They tease them around, and so this is one of the words that they tease here. W-A-R-A-E, war. And they use it a couple different ways. And sometimes it's talking about the war on the camera. And sometimes it's talking about war as in this coin has been wore out. And sometimes it's talking about the war as in she wore tresses in her hair. And this one, unge, U-N-G-E, the brightness, they only tease it two different ways. And then this word for the appearance, here it starts with an M, and it's the marriage and it's the same word that they give camera. And they tease it several different ways. As in here, like the parents when it's camera. And here the K is gone, the appearance, just mirage. You see a mirage, it appears like water. but it's just a mirage. And here it's to the mirages or the marriages. But the word they don't tease is this word here, like the color. And it's coin, Koin. And it comes up 5 times in here, the coin. You know, it's used once back here in Numbers 11:7. And then it's 5 times here in Ezekiel. The 1:4, the 1:7, 1:16, 22, 27. And it explains these coins, and that's what had me look up these ancient coins to help explain this. But the first time it comes up, it says he stole the Anglo stole the coin. The Anglo stole the coin. And then it explains the 4 coins, and that's the 4 faces on the wheel. So the full name of Ezekiel is Ezekiel Ben Boozy, and this is where bamboozled come from. HZ has FAL has fall bamboozle, Ben Boozy. You've been bamboozled. But this word unge for brightness, here is the Angelo, UNGELU, Anglo. This is where your word Anglo-Saxons come from. It's talking about, you know, the British here. So why the Brit is in the covenant, the Brit. But this word gets teased throughout the Bible in other ways. You know, it's and so some of these are your word angel, and it's where that word comes from, the angel. And it comes from this base word that's just this NGE. So the first time it comes up like this is in this proverb here, you know, of dawn is the shining, because most other time, all these other they say it means the bright light. And so King James, you know, he interpreted it as the shining. The international version, it's of the dawn, and the dawn is the better interpretation for it here. And so what this is where hexed if is give orange. And so there's ancient sailor's tale that says, you know, red sky in the morning, sailors take warning. You're going to have storms. Red sky at night, sailors delight. And that's because, you know, at night, you know, the storm's always moving west. And so if you're seeing a red sky in the morning, the storm's coming at you. But if at night, you know, the storm is past. And so it's where, WARHXDIFIS, where hexed if is. And so hex, you know, H to divide, X to cross. And where hexed if is give orange, to give the orange sky, the light of orange, of dawn, the light of dawn. Who look, H-U or E-U-L-K, who look to or, adding to Cancun, they use. And so who look to or, you know, in ancient Egyptian art, you know, Ra was always in the boat, but when he wasn't on the boat, you see Ra's head on the top of the oar. You know, that's not Ra, but that's oar. This is a oar. And when it's backwards, it's row, and that's who's rowing the boat. The power is the row, but the direction is the oar. And so who look to oar is the one that's steering the boat, you know, which direction to go. Add, and then backwards and forwards, NU, add new direction. Cancun, they use. The new direction, we going to Cancun. We're not going out into the ocean. We're turning around. We're going back to Cancun. It's not going to be a good day on the ocean. They use. They're heading toward Cancun. And so this is just an NGE, and it doesn't mean anything. It's just a part of a word. And here it means to give the orange, to the dawn. And here is read backwards and forwards after this tack. And so this starts with A, so it reads backwards to Egnge, to the ginger. A ginger is a orange-headed person. Ginger, to the ginger. But there's all kind of clues in here, to let you know that the angel is orange, and it's the Anglo, and it was the sailors that knew about the shape of the ball Earth. And they were the brightest, the brightness. The angels are the bright, the ones that knew. The bright ones, the radiance, the brightness. And it's also where your word wing come from, W-N-G. And the wing, to give light, to give ore. Tie the crown is mid to. Is mid will to. Uses. U-S, this is other word for use. You to consume from. To consume from. It's the final M is pronounced as a S. The uses. To consume from. And hidden his power, is to have you knows. The hidden power is your knowledge. To have you knows. So this beginning of Ezekiel, I've read it in the last movie, but after reading the rest of the chapter a couple of times, and I got a little better interpretation. But it's the people are mad at the Senate. And so this is the wage to make who enslushes the sun. Enslushes the sun, enslushes is to loan with high interest the sun. And it's the senators, they all think they own the sun up there. And to bear of joy, bear without joy, empty of joy, in comes loads. All the people are coming and bare of joy. They're not happy. To any to give the luge gull. The luge is risky, and the gull is the fool. But the luge, is also the position you take when you're rowing the boat. The luge eagle. E-G-U-L-E. The luge gull, the risky fool. Hollering, backwards and forwards after the attack. Hollering, ear in cover. Cover your ears. Hollering, cover your ears. The missiles coming in, the bombs coming in. Cover your ears. Hollering, hear and cover. The covering path to the same is the shamis. The same is the same as above is so below. The shamis war them rout from Yel. The shamis war them rout from Yel. The heavens war from them rout from Yel. And that's what's going on here. This is a war arrow. And they're having a war on the camera. On the appearance on the camera. And so these first 3 lines are describing this war here. And then down here on the 4th line, the vision of 4 cherubim. And it starts with the war again. It doesn't have the E on the end this time. But it's still war. War when ear which, W-E-N, when E-R, ear, and then W-H, it. When ear which sore. The war when hear which sore. You're not liking to hear it. Your ears are sore. And this is the God when he found out that the war was going on and he didn't like it. When ear which sore. He didn't like the sound of it. Bah, 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 an exclamation, expression of contempt or disagreement. Not liking it. The war when hear which sore. Bah, ain't liking it. Menu puts the spoon backwards and forwards. Menu puts the spoon on. And so this Menu puts its spoon on is ancient Egyptian. And they give it the interpretation as justified. But we get better interpretations for all the so Egyptian writing out the Hebrew Bible. But this is Menu put spoon on. Menu put spoon on. And it's it's the head chef give you the gold spoon. You cooked up a sorbet and he tasted it and he put the gold spoon on it. He tasted it. Yes, it's justified. It's good. The Menu put spoon on. PT spoon. Menu put spoon. He give it the seal of quality. Yes, that's good. Is what it means. Yes, that's good. And this, I was reading somewhere else in the Bible, and it sent me to look in these TT 52 and 56 where I found this, and it explains how to read a lot of this. But this is, from a funeral, and they got flowers come from Honky Tonkin house, the Honky Tonkin house. And a honky-tonkin house is an ancient word. They say it means the church of a million years. But, I think the honky-tonkin house is going to miss them because they was there every Sunday dancing and jigging and drinking. So I was reading somewhere else and it sent me to look at these TT 56 and 52, and it called them out by name in the Hebrew. It called them out in the tombs and what to go look at. I'll get back to that on another movie. And to get a better idea who Mino is, King Mino's bad trip up 4 movies ago. But he's the king that died and became the judge on the Judgment Day. And so that's what it's talking about, the spoon of Mino. So yeah, he's not going to judge on this. This is what you need to do. It's in the stars. War when here which sore, Ba Menu puts the spoon on. Menu puts this, if you break this down, it's men and UP, men up, the man upstairs. The man up puts PTS, puts ETSPUN, puts its spoon on, his. Bah, disgusted. The war when here which sore. Bah, disgusted. Menu puts its spoon on. Puts its spoon on. Goodwill was metal fit when Galu survive. This metal and then fit. This is where your word counterfeit come from. And the goodwill was metal fit. When they made the coins, when the metal fit, goodwill, they tried their best to get the metal's weights up, to have the right metal in it. When Galu survive, Galu is a ancient god, meaning he's the god of justice, and he was Anglo. And so this is where your word the galus comes from, the galus Bayan, the galus Bayan, the justice. And goodwill was metal fit when Galu survive, when the god of justice survive. And from took the coin each small from to cash, from to cash, to put it in their own little pocket. And so what it's talking about is back here in the age of Diogenes 412 BC. And he became Alexander the Great's astrologer. But his father was a minner, and he was found to debased the money, and he was banished. So it sounds like, when Galu survived, Galu was the ancient word for the old justice system, and anybody who debases the money, well, they go to the Galus, and they had changed the walls, so this Diogenes, he was just banned. Nobody gets hung for anything. Then everybody's going to be thieving if there's no charge for it. They make you go to the next town and you thieve there. Goodwill was metal fit. When we weighed them coins up and punched them out, when Galu survived from took the coin, each small, just a little bit, from took has, and from took it 'em what, and from like crooked, and from took it 'em what. And this is where your word Democrat comes from right here. Demo, D-M-U. The people, demo, the people, crat, to govern. I mean, it's them what. And took it 'em what. Over, it starts with A, it's backwards. O-B-R-A, over. Took 'em what over. High what. Any coin that was overweight, they would cut a little bit of gold off of it. Over high what use margin, M-R-A-G-E-N. Over high what use margin. This is the margin on these coins. Anything over the margin, outside the margin, they were stealing that little bit. Everything outside the margin, that rare metals they were stealing. Back when these were gold and silver coins. From to cash, M-T-U-K-E-A-S-H, from to cash. And from took 'em over high what use margin. Them what made lean. Lean is, you got rich and lean. Anything that's has got more gold in it than it needs to have, then it's rich. Anything short is lean. And this come from sailing terms. If you got a lot of wind blowing by your sail, you're moving slow, and you can tighten it up. You can lean it out. And the more lean you get it, the faster you're going, the more that ship is going to lean over in the wind. You'd be going faster to lean. That's where that term come from. And orb openings latched to arbo canopies, latched less. And to the orb openings, that's, the moon is the orb, and this is an orb opening. These are counterfeits, or you see the total circle, but they purposely left, they offshot this to put these codes in. This is the moon, and that's where they messed up. When people started stealing this, it was taking their sign out. Every coin you look at, is offshot. It's like they had to be doing it on purpose. And this old ancient coin here, it, for some reason, is really similar to the South Carolina militia button. Seal of South Carolina with the two oars. So this line 7 talks about the first coin, and their legs were feet, straight, and the soles of their feet were like the soles of feet of calves, and they sparkled like the color of bronze burnished. And so the coin, it was easy to find this one because it's all right here. When XX is coin, knowest fall. And so this XX coin, there was several of them, but it was changed. It was silver. They busted it to bronze, and it's only like 1/20th silver now. And you can see right on the coin the XX looks like this, and it's passing the cup of victory. And so what it says is, where galleys, galleys is a place where you go eat and drink. Where galleys regally share to cup. Regally is royalty. And the reason they say it means feet, if you put a prism down and let the light shine through it, the purple goes first to the foot. And that's the color of the regal, Crown Royal, the regal liquor. And so this has all kind of meaning in it, and they knew it. They knew that the purple wavelength was shorter than the red. And so all that short wavelength means it has a bunch of vibrations up and down. So that extra time in the prism causes it to bend more. But the red wavelength is the longest of the visible light. It's a big long curve. And so it just shoots on through real quick, and it doesn't bend. And as they get bluer, they bend more. And so the ancients knew all this. And so where galleys, the regally share to cup. This is straight as in Jasher, the book of Jasher. They see me upright, to make share to cup. Regalies cock up. Where galleys regally share to cup. Regalies cock up. Cock up means get territorial. A cock is a territorial animal. To cock up. Regal, ogle. And so the foot to ogle, to look at. And they say this means calves, like as in a cow everywhere else. And what it means, if it's seen backwards and forwards, it's the leg ogle, LGOGL. And so the leg ogle is you're staring at whatever's underneath the girl's dress. Depending on how far her foot goes, her dress goes down, which you're ogling. You might be ogling ankles, or you might be ogling calves. Depends on how far the dresses went in that period. When necks, X's, coin, knows it fall. Knows it fall. They knew it was going to fall. They were trying to kill the system. Same thing they're doing in America now. They're trying to debase our money, trying to print out so much of it it's worthless. They took all the silver from the people. They conned them into believing this coin of bronze was worth something. Know it fall, FLL. And so Nix, this is Nixon means victory, Nike. And that's what's going on here. They're passing the cup of victory to XXI. And so, Nixon, President Nixon, that meant victory in Hebrew. But it's when next crosses. The next one that crosses, And so you pass the cup of the victory to the last guy who made it across the Atlantic. Where galleys regal share to cup. The cup of victory. The regalies cock up. Regal, ogle, the foot to look at when next crosses coin, knows it fall. And so it's saying, to look at the feet of the coin. And you can see they really went out of the way to get these big flat feet in there. And so, it's saying, you look at look at somebody's feet when they're handing you something. See how he's got this foot up. He's got a counterbalance up here, and you look by looking at that foot up. See, he's trying to counterbalance. You know that cup's heavy. You know it's a full cup, and so there's all kind of codes in there. You know, there's just the same as there's codes in our dollar. When we get down to the last coin, we'll see what this code here is and what this code here is. But yeah, here's the same word they say is woman or sister or mother or wife. Now it's just one. Their wings straight, spread out straight, one. It's always a woman or a wife. They just make it all up as they go along. But the real word for one over here. And here's the word for man. Each had one. Each had one. You can see it here on the coin of tresses. To them what dollar bought in. To them what dollar bought in. Now this is the word on the day one. They say it's the first DHA. You know, it reads backwards. Begins with A, it reads backwards. Dollar, LARBOTN. The dollar bought in. And so that's what happened when they took our gold or silver standard off our money and they turned it into the United States dollar. They changed the type of currency. Same thing they did. It's all written in the Bible, and this is why they had to rewrite the King James, and they had to get rid of everybody that knew how to read this and was talking, because it tells all the tricks that the regal use in order to keep us slaves. But I'm gonna cut this off here, and I'm gonna go as far as I can in the next one, 25 minutes or so. I'll get at least that first coin in there. It's real long. All right, good day.